Hi, I'm Lee Swanson, President of Swanson Health Products. I'm here today with Dr. Stephen Langer, author of the best-selling book, Solve the Riddle of Illness. My first experiences with Steve's book started in 1984. I actually bought the first edition of Steve's book, and at that time I was having problems with energy, fatigue, and a few other health issues. After reading Steve's book, I went to my doctor and asked him about the thyroid gland. He did a diagnosis, and my TSH level was high, which indicated a low thyroid condition. I received a prescription for Armour Thyroid, and literally within 2 days, my health problems virtually vanished. Steve, can you tell us a little bit about the thyroid and how you became involved in this fascinating study?
Sure, yeah. The thyroid is an endocrine gland. In other words, it puts out hormones. The base of the neck puts out about a teaspoon of hormone a year. Thyroid hormone controls the metabolism of every cell in the body, from your hair follicles down to your toenails, and as such, it's implicated in the physiology of every cell in your body. I came to be a devotee of the thyroid almost in a way you did. I had some energy problems early on, and I was doing my own local radio show at the time in San Francisco. A friend of mine had given me a book written by my teacher and mentor, a fellow by the name of Dr. Broder Barnes.
Now, Dr. Barnes developed the Barnes basal test for thyroid.
He did,
function.
yeah, and we can talk about the basal temperature test. But I mean, I read this book about thyroid, and it sounded like the Garden of Eden and the Fountain of Youth rolled into one. And I said to myself, you know, we studied thyroid in medical school. How come I didn't hear about all these miracles? And I said, nah, it can't be so. As luck would have it, a guest that I had on the show at the last minute canceled. So I just called up Dr. Barnes and asked him whether or not he would like to talk on the radio in San Francisco. And he graciously said, call me back and fire away. And I talked to him on the air for an hour, and Lee, I got to tell you, as soon as the show was over, I ran to the first pharmacy I saw and bought myself some thyroid medication and started to take thyroid judiciously. I started with a small dose, and I built up gradually, and I would say I had the same reaction you did within 30 days. And my TSH was normal, but within 30 days, things that I was having, you know, I didn't like at the time, being a much younger guy, energy problems, fatigue, etc., was totally a thing of the past, and I never looked back. And I started to use it judiciously with my patient base, of which mostly chronically ill people who've seen doctors and haven't gotten you know, answers to their health problems. And I started putting them on thyroid along with the nutritional programs that I put them on, and I really discovered a completely new dimension in healing. I mean, people just absolutely blossomed. And I became more and more interested in doing thyroid treatment and looking into the thyroid, and I've been doing it now for several decades with tremendous results.